Alright, well, we are in the cloister level 20. We're breaking our way down to level 100. I'm gonna pretty much be grinding my way through here. Trying to get as low as I can, but also trying to get those levels. We want to get level 99 while we're in here. Okay, which is very exciting. Let's make sure that we only go past this guy once he's done that. I don't want to fight those guys. Those guys are level 74. Yeah, it would be a bad idea. Can camera zoom out? I don't understand why the camera had to be up my freaking nose. Alright, let's do some damage here. Let's take out that assassin bee. Looks like we're doing pretty well with damage here. We're still in the easy zone. That's what's happening here.
Nice knowing you.
Did I choose the correct direction? Why was I inside? Why was I inside? My cat's here. He's in the window. I wasn't actually expecting him to get in the window. We have a little window perch. And he's up in it. You good, buddy? Hi. Again, not even a problem here. Alright, Cloister 22. Let me go ahead and just heal up. I don't actually know. Okay, it looks like there's at least one bad guy that direction. No one's surprised. These guys aren't too bad. I don't think they're the harder ones. Alright, let's see. Make sure we touch everything that we're probably supposed to touch. Can I see? Thank you. Here's a couple of fun things. We haven't seen these guys in a while. Again, these guys aren't too bad. These are pretty low-level enemies. Damn. Though, we do actually need to hit them? That would be cool. There we go.
That wasn't much fun.
No, it wasn't. Okay, I think we did what we needed to do. Okay, there's him. Let's do this. Okay, we got all three, so that should open up the door to the next. Okay, we've made it to floor 40, so we're gonna be fighting yet another boss. I think we're gonna be something that's Guado-like. Alright, but what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna switch a few things around. I'm gonna switch Riku over to her psychic stuff. Loving the ribbon stuff that everybody's got. Let's see here. I'm gonna switch Pain back to Dark Knight for right now. And I'm gonna switch Yuna to... You know, Alchemist is probably gonna be fine. She's a little weak hit point wise, but we're good. This particular boss we're gonna be dealing with, you're gonna want Reflect if you've got it, and probably Dispel. I guess we'll have to find out. Dispel, I think. What's up, dude? Anyway, if you've ever fought anything in the series, you'll probably recognize the Black Elemental. Alright, let's go ahead and start with Yuna here. What's it gonna do? Honey, go ahead. Yeah, dang it. Ultima's gonna hurt. That's fair. Okay, so we have hit level 40. Let's talk about what we need to do to start off with. Let's switch a few things around because we are kind of in a bad place. I want to get the sprint shoes up on Yuna, and I'm going to switch her to a faster acting. Let's see, I think most of them are the same. So I'm gonna give her to the alchemist. We're gonna need a very quick, very, very fast action at the beginning of the game. I'm gonna switch over to psychic for her, and for, you know what, I think berserker might be fine for now. Yeah, I want Yuna to act immediately. Additionally, I think we do have a couple items that we can use in order to make this a little bit easier. Let's see, I think... I'm trying to remember which one we've got here. It's gonna hit us for Ultima, just spoilers. Basically right off the bat. A Star Curtain, actually, right off the bat, is probably gonna be the safest bet. We don't want to wait for... Well, we don't want to wait, because it's gonna be a problem. This guy is the Black Elemental. If you've ever played a Final Fantasy game, you probably recognize it. It's not fun. Yeah, it's gonna get that off immediately. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that. Yes, there's the reflect. Okay, and... Oh, it's gonna use Berserk. Sometimes it uses Ultima right off the bat, which is a real problem. Now, there's a couple things that we can do here. I used Reflect. I actually want to get Reflect. Oh, it actually has auto. It has Reflect on it. So if you want to cure yourself or get anything up, you want to use. You actually want to cast it on the enemy, and then it'll hit you. Let's see if I can't magic break it. Okay, this should give us shell. Beautiful. Let's do mental break. I think we actually want to do armor break on this guy. He's not particularly weak to much. Let me make sure. Okay, now I think we're good. I think we're good to just start smashing. He's using magic up, which is a real pain. Let's use armor break and see if that will help here. We should not be weak to berserk, by the way, because we do have ribbon, so... Let's see, how are we doing on this guy? I think we can do pretty much... I don't think he's got any elemental weaknesses, but let's see what we can do. He's just going to continue to do that until the end of time. I just want to keep an eye on and make sure we're good. Let's just keep going. He's got 9,999 hit points. Let's see here. Can I really not magic? I actually don't care if I magic break him. Can I not do this? He's pretty much going to kill himself by using the different attacks. Make absolutely sure we keep our reflect on there. Now the oversold version is actually easier because he doesn't have reflect, and we can remove that reflect, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna keep it because I actually want it. Let's actually wait. I didn't check to see how much damage that did. Okay, we'll just... Okay, he's gonna use Flare, but it hit him, and then we're done. So yeah, for this boss, you really do want to have somebody that's going first. Just get a Star Curtain. You should at least have some of them at this point. And yeah, cool. What do we get for this? We get the Moon Bracer, the Shiny Bracer, the Speed Bracer, Recovery Bracer, and the Catnip. Okay, let's talk really quick about this. Let's go see what we've got out of all of this. So the Catnip, when all seems hopeless, its power and its horror are released. So basically, the worse things are, the better this is. I wanted to go ahead and just Google and make absolutely positively sure that I had, because I don't have my notes up in front of me. If you are in critical condition, it inflicts auto berserk and auto slow. However, all of your attacks and magic do 9,999 points of damage. So it is pretty much, it's a lot better. However, it was nerfed because of the auto slow, and it cannot be dispelled by auto haste or a speed bracer. So we want to be kind of careful with that. But with the original game, this was the way to kind of go at this point in time. You didn't want to level, you just wanted to keep your guys at low level, keep them in critical condition, whoever had the catnip, and they would basically kill everything for you. However, in the HD remaster that I'm currently playing, it is nerfed with that auto slow, which is kind of obnoxious, but you want to get into the yellow level, have them have the catnip, and then basically just let it go. But yeah, since it cannot be dispelled by anything to like auto haste or anything like that, it's not as good as it was. We also got a recovery bracer. What else did we get? We had a couple different bracers. We've had a speed bracer for a couple different people. We got the moon. So yeah, we're not going to be, we got the moon bracer, which gives them a shell. We've had some of those. So we're not going to be using the catnip in this particular case. We're just going to over level ourselves. And for the record, next boss at level 60, definitely we're gonna need to go through and level far more. For the reason why I went for Psychic is because Psychic can absorb pretty much all of the elemental stuff, and he actually can. Actually, I think that boss that we just fought only uses fire, thunder, water, blizzard, and it's Oversoul. Oh, I can also try and drain your stuff. We did not have a problem in that battle, and you shouldn't either with your auto reflect. So there you go. Anything else that I need to tell you guys? I don't think so. But yeah, catnip was really, really good back in the original edition. However, like I said, that's not as good at this point. Now what I'm going to do, we can now leave now that we've beat the boss. And if you try and go back in, it'll take you back down. I want to save before I move on. I've had some major crashing this time around, so yeah, we can go all the way down to level 40. As you can see. So I've had three crashes that have just been like random battles that I've lost. Luckily it saves at the beginning of each floor, but it's kind of annoying that that's the case. What I want to do at this point in time is I do want to get, as we're moving down, we're getting close to level 60, so I think getting up to level 60 would probably be great. Let's see here. Let me look to see what we really want to do. I would really suggest having somebody who can tank and maybe just go full Dark Knight for the next battle. So if you haven't been working on your Dark Knight stuff, for everybody except for, like, if you've done it for Pain but not anybody else, I would maybe suggest it, especially to get Darkness, because the next boss does have a very high defense, and you're also going to need to be able to tank a few things. So all right, let's go. Well, that's not good. All right, so we've got our first battle in a hot minute. This is Ultima Weapon. We're gonna get that on. I don't think we're high enough level for this. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Punishment's not great. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that. Get haste on though, as well as a shell. So he has a number of different attacks, and if we had our blue mage stuff up, which would actually be pretty useful here. Break, I think, turns you to stone.
Any better?
That actually might be, it's actually great that he's using that because he's not doing anything else to us. I don't think Reflect will work. I don't actually remember. He's got Supernova, he's got Meteor, he's got, actually I think like a bunch of other attacks as well. Okay, he's just gonna continue to use Punishment. Now, one of the problems, obviously, is We don't have... Now that we have Reflect on, we can't really do much else. Let's move to Dark Knight for pretty much everybody.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
That's great. Okay, everybody's healed up. Let's see, let's just keep attacking for now. He just wants to use Break, like I'm not gonna complain. He has 34,000 hit points. I'm actually a little worried he's gonna use what I don't want him to use. Okay, he's just gonna keep using Punishment. Okay. Maybe heal up after this. Trust me, I know I haven't taken that much damage, but we need to heal up after this. So just gonna use a physical attack. No, he's gonna use Judgment. Ow. Well,
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
glad I'm healing. He's gonna use Judgment again. Man, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, let's just keep mixing here. His attacks can do some status effects. I think Poison. But ultimately not a problem, and we got a nice bit of experience for that. But these guys are all over the place. I think we're on level 47, so 47 to 49. Just be ready that you're gonna probably have to fight those guys. You can also just run from them. Welcome back to... Well, we're on floor 60. I don't want to say welcome back because we are going to be doing some stuff today. So a couple things here. We're going to be using the catnip stuff. I gave her the champion's belt. It doesn't really matter, but the defense is probably going to help. Probably not. Let me just get into this fight because this fight is going to take a bit and it's an absolute pain. Let me tell you. So there's two particular fights to this. There's the oversold version, which we could do, but we're not going to do that one. We're just going to fight the regular version. Now, I don't even think we can steal from this guy. I don't know if it matters at this point. I want him to use wrong person. Straight up the wrong person. I want him to attack Riku so we can take Riku down. Now, we are pretty under-leveled for this fight. Wrong person. This is not the person I want you to fight. I really want him to take out Riku so we can have her in the yellow. Now both Pain and Yuna, are you kidding me? Should have just brought Riku in at the lower in the yellow already. Okay, I'm gonna wait a second here for him to switch targets because thank you. That was getting particularly frustrating. Now, yeah, Riku's poisoned, it's fine. And I have Pain with auto regen. That is not... That's not the person I want you to fight. I want him to hit Riku and take her down. Luckily, Riku is poisoned, so maybe eventually... There we go. Okay. Let's bring Riku back. And at this point, we are just going to be using Phoenix Downs to bring everybody back. And Riku is going to basically do her own thing because Thief, as you saw there, she does 2 attacks, and both of those attacks are going to be 9,999 points of damage due to the catnip. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? We may actually need to use... I really wish you would stop. He can get that Megaton punch or press off pretty much right at the start of the game. Oh, okay. I don't care about that. Which is a huge problem, actually. And I've actually had him do it one of the when I was trying to get to this point. One of the battles we did, I attempted to do, he used 3 of the Megaton punches like basically back to back to back, which unfortunately meant that I was incapable of finishing the battle because I didn't even get a chance to heal even with oh, that's not gonna work. Even with the haste. Now, it should only take her about 18 hits in order to take this guy down, and we're making really good progress. So, I'm kind of happy about that. That red, by the way, is Berserk, so... And he has about 343,000 hit points, so like I said, about 18 hits. We're making pretty good progress. Who are you hitting? I see. Now the problem is if he decides to go towards my allies back to back, like Pain and then Yuna, that becomes a problem pretty quick. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure that I had auto haste on them. We should be almost there. Okay, he's just gonna use Gunk. I don't care about Gunk. Poison is workable. Now the slow on whomever has catnip does make this battle a little bit longer, which is kind of frustrating. Let's just bring her back immediately. And you can usually kind of tell who he's gonna hit. Are you kidding me? Come on. Riku is very quick, which is one of the reasons why I actually really do appreciate just using Gunk. Doesn't matter. Which is one of the reasons I do appreciate this technique. There it is. Not a problem. If you don't get it the first time, don't hurt yourself and don't beat yourself up over it. You could steal blessed gems, but...
He's not here.
Who's not here?
Who?
Trema.
Who's Trema? Wait, do we know Trema?
Who's that?
Trema is the founder of New Yevon. He kept all of the spheres from Spear's past to himself and then vanished without a trace. Who'd have thought he'd crawl down here?
But that was a year ago. So he's probably already...
Dead? Maybe he was from the start. They say he was able to control the most powerful of fiends.
Which is why I really think we should go home now.
We are not going home. We still have 40 floors to go, so I'm gonna heal up. We can now exit, which may be good to do to get more items if you need them. So yeah, let's auto sort things. I haven't been auto sorting things. But we're doing fairly good. Yeah, like we're not even level 60. We're a little under leveled, which is just what it is. We are gonna want to grind up in those levels pretty soon here. So I think that's it for now. I'll be back. Okay, this is gonna be the last battle for today, and it's gonna be the worst battle for today. First things first, I want to equip Riku with the... oh, what are they called? The sprint shoes, because I want her to use an item right off the bat. This battle is not fun. There's a few different ways to deal with it, but the big thing here is it doesn't matter if you've got ribbons or whatnot, you are gonna end up stoned. Yeah, it goes right through your protections. It's really annoying. So here's how I'm going to do this. First things first, there's also a move in here that we can't really protect ourselves from. And wow, nice to start there with that. I'm gonna use a soul spring here, and I'm gonna bring I'm gonna bring Yuna back. Now the Soul Spring removes all of her MP, so she's not going to be able to do the things that she wants. Now I'm hoping if I do this correct, she will. So she's gonna stone, she just stoned Yuna. Okay, she's gonna stone Riku, which really sucks, but that's actually okay. So we're down 2 party members and she's never gonna use Stony Gaze again, but she is gonna use Heaven's Contract. And she's going to, yeah, she can't do that because she doesn't have an AMP, which is funny to me. The other thing I have is I have Pain as a Berserker, and she has the, yeah, that's fine. It's not great because they're not going to get any HP or XP after this, but whatever. Pain has Evade and Counter, which, and I'm hoping alongside of the, I don't know if I can actually see. I think she still has at least 3 luck boost. Should help her pretty much evade everything that this boss will do, and we can just kind of sit here and pound away. I also used Howl to double her HP just in case it gets a hit in. But yeah, if you attack right after like it attacks, you get a counter and you get an attack, which gives you a chain +1. The other possibility, there's a couple other possibilities, but the other one that I have found to have any like truly good luck with is to have everyone be a thief and just stun lock her, which is pretty useful. I have not seen well, I'm sorry, let me rephrase this. Catnip at this point in the, I actually don't know if we can get, just thinking about it. Let's see if we can't get an armor break on. I don't think we can. Catnip in the remastered edition does not make this battle easy, and no, okay. I was pretty sure we couldn't do that. I'd highly not suggest doing the Catnip, though we could use Berserk on Pain if we wanted. Which would mean that she does more damage, which would be much quicker, but if she does get a hit in, that would be really bad if she was berserked, because she would take more damage. So I don't really want to do that. Now what I'm gonna do in order to make this battle go a little faster is I'm gonna turn it on to 2x, which is gonna remove some of the ambiance. Sorry about that, but I'm basically just gonna be sitting here and attacking, and I don't want to sit here for several hours. This chick has 400 and something thousand. Yeah, it's gonna take a hot minute. But this Berserk strategy is probably the most it has been the most useful, and actually like it works. But yeah, she'll never use Stone Gaze again once there's only 1 person left on the field, so that's kind of nice. She's gonna use Heaven's Contract again, which is obviously not gonna work. But yeah, that evade encounter basically means that she's not really gonna be able to get any hits in, which is great. So just spam attack. Like I said, you could use Berserk if you want, but I have this like feeling if I do that, it's gonna be 90% of the way through the battle and she's gonna get a hit in and gonna take me out. I have no idea why I feel that way. I mean, I have a couple suspicions of why I feel that way, but we won't go there. So yeah, we're doing about 3,000 points of damage per attack. Oh, there we go, that was nice. When we counter, I mean, it's a little bit more than 3,000. It's actually, I think, closer to 5. As you can see, we're doing pretty good. Most of our crits are pretty hefty. So we did 14 and then we did 2,000. That's about 3,000. Okay, so I'd say about 4,000 maybe on average. I'm not gonna sit here and do the math. The one nice thing about this particular strat, rather than the thief strat, is you don't have to be as precise with it to make sure that you stun lock her. Because yeah, one of the hard things in order to make sure that you stun lock her is that you get the timing right. And I just don't have that kind of brain power, honestly. I mean, it's not even 9 o'clock in the morning here. But yeah, that Soul Spring is kind of the savior of this battle. This particular battle is, I would say, one of the hardest battles in the game because of how the stone goes through the defenses and just the amount of hit points that she has. The other two bosses that we haven't faced yet, the one at the bottom of this particular dungeon, and then the one in Bikanal, the ultimate boss, those are both very difficult. But this one's got that cheesy stone, and I don't like that. So cheesing this battle like I'm currently doing, it's a strategy. This is probably a little less cheesy than some of the other ones. You could also bribe her. I mean, that's how I would get rid of Yuna if I had to. I think it's 1.7 million. In order to bribe, you need to use the Lady Luck dress sphere, which I do have. I was actually using Riku on that. And there's a couple other really good things about that particular dress sphere, including double XP, Felicity, which gives luck to the entire party, just to help dodge, at least in this particular case. It also has Gullwings. Nice, there it is. We did it. It was a really crappy battle. We didn't even get that much HP or XP for this. But we did it. I'm sorry, you two. Don't forget that was her Aeon. It's her husband or whatever. Aw. I sent you. No, I didn't send you. You should have been sent since you were an Aeon. He's so mad. Alright. Yeah, that battle's not fun. I'm not gonna lie. Trying to come across a particular strategy that works is the opposite of exciting. Let me go ahead and just show you. Yeah, so we've got Lady Luck for Riku. Lady Luck has all of the different real stuff. I was grinding, for the record, you may see my levels are much higher. I wanted to grind Pain's Berserker up to evade and counter. It takes 400, not including everything that you have to do in order to get there. So the hole in the Thunder Plains is where I was grinding. So as you can see, we're much higher level, but one of the things to help with that is the double XP for Lady Luck, Gullwings, and double items, also really nice. So I've been working on that. Now for, where is Yuna? Yuna, I just used Gunner because I wanted somebody quick at the beginning, but I was also training her Alchemist while we were in there. We've got all of these stash items, but Elixir was the last one that I'm going for. Yeah, as you can see, that takes a lot of ability points in order to unlock that. So that's what I was doing, and you can kind of see the levels. I want to get to level 99 before we beat the last two bosses. Let me rephrase that. There's two bosses in here, and then there's another boss. I'm counting the one in here as one boss because it's all one thing. But there's two, there's technically three. And I want to be at level 99 before I do those three, which is going to take a lot of grinding. But Lady Luck helps a lot with that, along with making a ton of money in the process. Not that it matters because we're not going to be bribing anything anytime soon. All right, so next time we have Bikanal, because we need to go digging for stuff to make the experiment level 5. I will see you guys then. We're so close.